I think we already live, so let me make sure I record this. Oh, all right, y'all. It's pulling up. It say live on YouTube, but I don't see it on my YouTube page yet.
I see it. I see it. I'm watching it now. I just commented on it.
Oh, you did. All right, so I guess it's just a delay on my end. So
Like a
peace and
15-second delay.
black power, everybody. I want to welcome you to another NCRBGZ Productions. For this show right here, we it's entitled. I want to welcome all the new subscribers to the page. For everybody who doesn't know, I'm Set Haru. I'm the president of NCRBGZ. We're a nonprofit organization that's based in Ahoskie, North Carolina. And our purpose and our main goal is to restore the Black family because we feel like we have to take care of our houses before we worry about our neighbor's house, meaning that we have to fix our problems within before we can worry about anybody else outside of us. So, as Africans and African Americans of the diaspora, this is something that we specialize in, is making sure that we start picking ourselves up by our own bootstraps. So what we do is we go out, we give back to the community, we do feeding programs, we also do coat drives, we do summer drives. This last summer we fed the kids for the whole summer, gave away free lunch for the whole summer for the kids in our community. We do back to school supply drives where we get school supplies we take to the schools. And, once we went to Ghana, we planned on branching out and having a Ghana branch of the NCRBGZs in Prom Prom. So anybody from Ghana, let's look forward to NCRBGZ being in Prom Prom because that's going to be the base where we're going to start our organization so we can turn this thing international. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching the playback. I want to thank you for if you're catching us live. I want to thank you. And one thing about this show is it's a family friendly show. So we all about the people. So you got any questions, you got anything you want to ask, you got any comments, you make sure you leave it in the inbox and we will try our best to address any type of complaints or comments that you have, and at the end of the day, y'all are always invited to come to the show. You're always invited. With that being said, I want to give my panel members the opportunity to introduce themselves. Y'all can take y'all time because I got some technical difficulties on my end I need to be taken care of. But so y'all can take y'all time and introduce yourselves to the family.
Yeah, right back. Peace and black power to the family. Everybody out there. It's your brother Matt Nabat Kafri Amunreye, just a part of the panel again tonight. And hopefully we can address some much needed topics at this time. So I'm just glad to be a part of the panel.
Hello, hello. This is Richard Medley out of Arkansas. I'm a financial advocate, advocating for people to gain a deeper understanding of their money and give it direction. And I'm honored to be a part of the panel.
Oh,
Peace. This is True Born. I'm here to drop some jewels and educate to wealth. So I guess I'll pass it on to the next person.
With that being said, we just want to thank y'all for taking the time out, to come here and watch the show with us and be a part of this show. And today, we're gonna talk a little bit about financial literacy. And with this financial literacy, before I jump into financial literacy, I want to talk a little bit about some stuff that I saw that was going on in Ghana today. As it seems that president, and I would give my colleagues the opportunity to respond to this and comment on this also. But what I saw today is that in Ghana, the president of Ghana has declared that they would get the vaccinations from the Europeans as far as for the coronavirus. The president said that they do not want any African medicine. He said that they did not want African medicine because people was telling them about the medicine in Madagascar, as in to use that medicine. And the president of Ghana specifically said that they will receive the vaccinations from Europe as soon as it's ready. Now, I want to give y'all the opportunity to say something to my brothers. Now, my first thing I want to tell the brothers on the continent is that we with y'all. I'm going to be over there as soon as I can, and we need to mobilize. When I was looking at the cases of coronavirus and deaths in Ghana, it's astonishing because it's only like 23 deaths, maybe 5,000 cases. 1,000 of them have recovered, but it's only like 23 deaths. And for the president to make that huge announcement, not even consulting the people, it says a lot. And so I urge my brothers and sisters over there to rise up and listen. The president is the president of the people. So the president's supposed to represent the people. If the people are not with the vaccinations, then something needs to be done. And with that, I want to give, my panel members the opportunity to weigh in on that.
Hello. That's a very deep subject, but I would take pride in for the African people, the ability to make some decisions and make some changes in their world. Here in America, under this capitalistic system, we sometimes have to do things we don't really want to do. We got brothers that join the military because there's no work. So I applaud them for making the change, but it's just until I go there, I really can't say. Really, I wish them well.
And that's peace. That's peace. Do any of one of y'all, the other brothers, do y'all want to say anything pertaining to that? If not, we can move right along. But
Yeah, well, I think I would want to get more information on that because it's so many dynamics in Ghana. Like you have the government of Ghana, but then you also have tribal leaders or chiefs who govern themselves, not completely, but in some cases in a different manner than what the government follows. So, like, say for example, Nana Addo is a president. He's following the suggestions of the CDC, Center for the Disease Control, which we know is controlled by, I won't say controlled by, owned and manipulated by Bill Gates, who also runs the World Health Organization. So it's like all of these elements that we have to take in to context when we're looking at Ghana specifically, because like we said, we already know that the people they don't they're not with it. You know, we see it all over. You know, it's in most African countries that they don't want to accept European vaccines, and we're talking, you know, coming from the people as opposed to government leaders. So like you said earlier, if the people are dissatisfied with that and they see that, you know, their leaders are making decisions on their behalf without consulting them, then they need to rise up, and that's a fact. So um but also, like I was saying, keeping in the context those tribal chiefs, it's a bit, the element is different than it would be here in the United States, where they, like, say for example, they could force and impose vaccinations on the entire population. It's different in certain African countries where they're literally not able to do that because um, Ghana is not controlled completely by the president. You see what I'm saying? So the people need to stand up and decide, you know, which leadership are they going to follow the example of the traditional chiefs, you know, who have royal stools that go back, and genetic bloodline going back thousands of years, you know, linked to that land, and you know, who know what's best for the people. Or are they going to allow government politicians that's being influenced by, like I stated earlier, the World Health Organization, you know, and foreign European corporations to tell them how they should vaccinate their people? So that's pretty much the matter at hand, and you know, when we're looking at Ghana. But again, I still want to get more information on uh, how they would actually go about that in Ghana specifically.
And you hit it
Maybe
right
we'll
on the
have a
head.
conversation.
You hit it right on the head, brother Nabat, because the Chiefs do run Ghana. But what the Chiefs did is they stepped aside and allowed the government to make the governmental decisions. But at the end of the day, the Chiefs do run Ghana. And it's just a matter of the people and the Chiefs getting united and forcing the government to follow the people, so that's something that needs to be done, is that the Chiefs need to get on the same page. And I think then you will see a lot of difference, because the Chiefs do still hold a lot of power. They got a lot of say. It's just if they flexing their muscle, and because the government officials still respect and they have to honor and the Chiefs, they still under them tradition. So it's just a matter of them, you know, forcing the elected officials to change the path, because the president that's in there, he opposed Nkrumah, so he's from the bloodline of those that oppose Nkrumah, and so a lot of things I won't speak on unless we have some Ghanaians on the show, and then we can talk about it, but they not for, like, he allowed the United States government to put a military base in Ghana, and Ghana never had a war. Ghana has never had a war, but yet you're gonna allow, and so so that's something that we can talk about. I hope we get some of the brothers and sisters from the continent to come on the show so we can have that conversation, and we can dive into it and see, like, what may need to happen. But Mr. Richard, you want to say anything?
I think it's an important conversation to be had, and we can also turn that to ourselves, here in the continent of America, this country. We right now, with the economic situation, I just encourage you, if you getting unemployment, if you got the stimulus money, don't go out and blow your money. Put that money to use. Use this time that we can catch our breath, and we still got to stay alive. So it's so much going on to really it's unfathomable. Really, it's a wonder we're not all crazy right now.
Again, that's a great point, brother. And one of the things that can help us in any type of crisis is finances. It's being financially literate and understanding money and what money does. And one thing I'd like to say now is that we have always been taught to make money, to work for money. But we haven't been taught to let our money work for us. And it's to the point now wherein, especially since we want to talk about domestically here in America, with this coronavirus and the result of the coronavirus, you see that we are headed straight for a depression in America. They are constantly printing money. I think it was a stat saying they printing like 4.25 billion or trillion dollars. Like that's how much it costs for World War One, but they printed like 4 of them a month. So they're just printing money. And with this printing of money, is only devaluing the money. It's only making the money less and less valuable. And we're being put in a situation right now wherein we need to seriously start thinking about what would happen if the dollars that we have in our pocket, we wake up one morning and it ain't worth nothing. Like, we need to start preparing ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually for something like this to happen.
Fact.
What's the Warren Buffett? I posted the article today. Warren Buffett has taken majority of his money out of, what bank was it? Wells Fargo, one of them banks. Like, he took like 80% of his shares out. This was today.
Just
Not
like he
only
did the airplanes.
just like the airlines. So Warren Buffett is telling us something with his moves, as in like what may recover. Where is he redirecting that money to? Because it seems like it's a sign of the changing in the last crisis we had. Bitcoin was broke in 2008. After 2008, cryptocurrency was birthed because a lot of people was mad at that crash. Then when Obama got in office, certain things was birthed. Usually during a crash, certain things die out and new things get birthed. So I forgot what it was in 2016 that died out, but new things was birthed during that time. But like that's what's going on right now. Certain things are dying out, but it's new technologies being like Zoom took off. Zoom, because now people are at home and online businesses are taking off. Online networking companies, because people are online now. And y'all can jump right in, man. I want y'all to jump in.
No, you're speaking facts, and you know what, the greatest point that you made, and this is something that I have been adamant of, is us like truly preparing long term, and not just long term, but also in the context of short term, like you spoke of, because the situation that we in, in a very short term. uh, case, we could be in a situation where, you know, the money that's in our pocket, the paper money that we have in our pocket and that we have in the bank, you know what I mean, we will realize doesn't have any value because it never did really. But we're seeing, because of the, you know, the situation economically across the world, we're seeing that the value of this paper money is dropping. And this is something I brought up the few meetings ago, where we're seeing examples of that all across not just the United States, but across the world, where they're shutting down stores, um, and um, stores that are remaining open are not accepting cash. Not all of them, but many of
That's
them.
right.
Yeah, they're not accepting cash. You have to pay with a debit card. And it's so crazy that many businesses, you know, that didn't accept debit cards are going out of business, and it's causing like a snowball effect. And again, this isn't just in the United States, this is across the world.
Right.
So our belief in the value of this paper money is dwindling quickly, very fast. um and like the brother was stating, alternative forms of currency, cryptocurrency, gold, silver, all of these are going to be essential right now, um, as a security. But more specifically, what we need to get into, like the brother was stating, also is that, you know, the online businesses is what is booming right now, and it's going to, we're looking at pretty much where we're heading from here worldwide is that, you know, most products is going to be sold online. Most products, because stores, non-essential stores in most cases are going out of business, and big department stores are typically the only ones remaining open. Walmart, Target, you know, and then a few chain restaurants, things like that. So I just say that we need to start looking at the real context, like the brother was saying. There's certain signs that we're seeing that, you know, these rich, um these billionaires are taking their money out of the banks. If they're taking their money out of the banks, then that means the banks have less money, and it's not as secure as it tells you when it says the FDIC is secured up to 250,000. This is that no longer becomes true because the money is not there. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody's withdrawing their money. So even the debit cards is going to take a huge hit. You know, we got to look at the context of where we at. And I don't want to run on and on, but these are all of the things that we really have to, you know, start to look at, as well as some of these billionaires. We got to look at these things, you know, as well.
And I would like to jump on that. In terms of now with the COVID-19, I went out today, but that's right. I don't feel comfortable accepting money. You know, getting some money back. I try to have exactly what they need. But you know, they got technology. They got your Apple wallets, your that you can load up all your cards, your PayPal, your Stash, your bank card. It's getting to a cashless society on the digital end, but again, it's going to fall back to when we evaluate cryptocurrencies. It's businesses that can accept crypto. I have a business that accepts crypto. So I don't even look at that necessarily as an investment. I look at it as a future that money is going to be exchanged between, like, here in Africa. Now the problem becomes between us and Africa here in America is that shipping that product from there to here. Because America has not developed any kind of trade with Africa, we don't get shipments like we was getting from China or we would get from India. But that's because the ones in control decide who they want to deal and do business with. Now, our brothers in Africa are beautiful craftsmen. But to get a piece of their artifact over here, it costs so much money. Okay, it's almost impossible. But we will buy when China makes some good knockoffs of some kente cloth. We'll buy it up. But again, that's what the financial literacy teaches you to look for. Is it real? Is it authentic? Is it worth my time, my energy, my money? Because when it comes to your money, it's your energy that you've used to get that money. Now you have to leverage that money, whatever it is, Bitcoin, fiat dollar, gold, silver. If you got gold in a big old chunk, it's hard to break it down meeting people every day unless you got it in little bitty pieces. So what are people betting is going to happen? The whole thing going to collapse? Do we not think that the stock market is going to be here another 100 years? Them people got so much money stacked up, it's not going nowhere. I just don't think it is. I just don't see it happening like that. And the way this line is going, they're going to wipe us out, and ain't nobody going to have nothing. That's my
Can
rant.
I piggyback off of that? Somebody else want to say something? Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback off of that, and just real quick, and just say, that's the discussion that I want to get into, and I think we should talk more about, because that's some of the things that we need to really address as far as the stock market. Like we know that the stock market in many cases is falling, but not necessarily stock market as a whole, but many stocks. And also we can kind of, get into um putting together our own stock market of black businesses. You see what I'm saying? Because that's something that we can invest and trust more in, as far as not being manipulated by outside forces outside of our community. We can bank more on that than allowing these same corporations to take our funds and steal our funds. So I think that that's a topic that we need to address on. But as far as the stocks in the stock market, in today's stock market, we need to be very careful. I'm not saying don't buy stock, because I was just talking to the brother, said Haru earlier, texted him and let him know I purchased like 5 stocks just yesterday. But it's specific stocks that we need to be careful of, and not putting our money in, because these things are going to fall, and we're seeing, like I was stating earlier, just a snowball effect of many things that we're not considering right now that are going to fall as a result of this whole pandemic. We're not even considering a lot of these uh, things at the moment, but that's a topic that I definitely want to get more into. Should we be planting our seeds and banking on America lasting another 100 years? And we're talking not America, excuse me, United States corporation, right? Where we're using paper dollars and this whole system. Are we going to be investing and banking on that lasting another 100 years? Or should we be investing on establishing our own stock market and a way of governing ourselves um, economically across the world between Africans and Africans of the diaspora? So that's a topic I wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a good one. When it comes to that trying to educate the self, you just got to educate yourself on what's gonna build wealth for you and what's gonna advance yourself, because as we know, a lot of things is changing now. We can't really hang out that much. You know what I'm saying? They got us on some type of lockdown type thing. So only way we're gonna free ourselves is educate ourselves, you know what I'm saying, on the real thing of money, and You know what I'm saying? Once we get them things that is real money, then our life can change from there.
Now, just the other day on the call, we had the insurance salesman. And even with that, are we banking on the insurance policy is going to be honored when I'm dead and gone?
Oh, this one would take care of your insurance policy because what you will be building on is an insurance policy, something that will insure you. You know what I'm saying? This will last for you when you're gone, and your kids, maybe when they gone, it still might last. So it's just educating yourself on being a little bit of different how we live in this day and time now.
And just like the banking industry, the insurance industry, other than the government who prints the money, these people make money from investing. That's how they make money.
Well, if you insure yourself with something like I say, insurance policy, what I really actually mean is like, you know what I'm saying? This silver and this gold, that is definitely insurance policy. A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, way before our time, you know what I'm saying, stacked up these things, stored these things away. And when they pulled it out, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden big time came. A lot of money in their pockets. They had land, they had houses, they had most everything you can probably mention. But we don't look at these things like that because we so much tied up into what we would call now a debt note. And them debt notes is putting us into the problems that we into now. And that's why I say we got to educate ourselves on what's really wealth and what's really not wealth. You know what I'm saying? A debt note is an IOU. And that IOU, you know what I'm saying, put you in more debt than you is in now. So that's my piece on that. Educate yourself on what's real wealth.
You know, all y'all brought up good points. And Brother Nabat brought up a real good point about the stock market. You know, they got bots that does the trading now that's computerized. Do y'all know that? So you know you got a lot of people that do day trading. Well, now AI is trading stock. You can't out trade a computer. You can't out trade the computer. So the people that's doing the day trading, the ones that's doing that day trading, their time is about up because now they have bots that does the day trading. You ain't gonna trade a computer. So the day trading days is about over with. Stock market. They're about over with. Now, you know, yeah, the people I've been listening to said that, and it's gonna sound weird, but they say I want to play a video. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna wait until I have the video to play, but just know that they basically it's like, why are you putting money, using your money to buy um these type of stocks when you can use that money to buy hard assets like silver, gold, and digital currency. These are hard assets that are headed toward the future because and our the Fed and the Treasury is almost one now. And it's something that the Fed is doing. The Fed is buying certain type of bonds that they don't supposed to be buying that makes it unconstitutional what they're doing. But in the essence, the Fed and our US Treasury is almost the same. And when that happens, now you're talking about total collapse of the dollar because that's their plan. So you have a lot of people now that are buying gold, silver to be a rebel, to be against the government, because any alternative form of currency that is not fiat is not good for the Fed or the US Treasury. And I don't want to talk too much into it because I need to do further research. But
You right on point.
they say that debt is always good, to be in debt. They said they make money off debt. This is how they make their money, off debt. And the worst part about it is the lower tier people that they're making the money off of through the debt. And it's the ones that's at the bottom because of that's the way the system is set up. So when you talk about taxing the rich, well, how can you tax the rich when they don't work? You got three types of income. You got earned income. Earned income is when you go to your job, you work, you get what I'm saying? You get paid a paycheck and they tax you. Okay, baby. Then you have what is it? Portfolio income. Thank you. Portfolio income is when you buy stuff and you sell it, or stocks. Stocks is considered portfolio income. Then the last is cash flow, passive income, but it's not called passive income. It's a different name. I can't think of it right now. But it's the last one. But that income you don't pay taxes on. It's like it's passive, or like if you get it's called passive income. But if you get residual income, that's a form of passive income. If you own lots and land and people paying rent, that's a form of passive income. So you don't pay taxes because a lot of people have LLCs and they have these corporations wherein the land and the houses owned by the corporations. The corporations got boards, right? But a person owns stocks in the corporation. So how can you raise their taxes when they are really broke? When I say broke, I'm talking about in the sense of hard cash broke, but assets, they're rich. You can't tax their assets, man. And that's something that I'm learning that that's where we need to be. We need things. Go ahead,
I put
Nabadi.
that up the other day. I asked about private irrevocable trust, right? But this is something that I've been studying for quite a while. I don't have all of the information on it. More particularly, lawyers are apt to this information because they go to school and study these different agreements and documents. But look up a private irrevocable trust. A private irrevocable trust is what many wealthy people do with their assets to protect their assets. A private irrevocable trust, in simple terms, is basically explained as a trust or contract between two people that is irrevocable, and it's only between those two parties, meaning no one else outside of this particular agreement can step in and manipulate the assets in the agreement. So let's just give an example. If somebody was to write up a contract for a private irrevocable trust, and in that trust, I included my car, my house, and whatever, or let's not say car, because that's not an asset, but whatever assets I decide to include in that trust, the person I'm including as the other party in the trust would be, let's say, for example, my son, right? And this is what we was mentioning the other day, where wealthy people will establish a private irrevocable trust contract between either a child or a close family member or a friend, and in it is included a large portion of their assets. You understand? And in legal terms, um, in a legal manner, this is untouchable by the IRS, the federal government, because it's not included as taxable income, like the brother was stating earlier. So that's something that we could definitely have, more discussions on, as far as how to protect our assets, so that they're not taxed and taxed and weighed on by federal governments and such.
That's a great point. And as the financial advocate, my whole point on that would be, again, often we are focused on the end game. Yes, it would be nice to have millions to put in trust, or I don't even know what number we would say a good trust would be. 100,000, 200,000. What's a good trust? $1 million. But before we get there,
yeah, you can have a trust.
Before we get to that million, right now, even with the COVID-19, it's so many struggling. Like I say, as an advocate, if you're working, I advocate getting your money now on your job. Learning how to fix your W-4. Things that regular common, your neighbor, the guy down the street that know you got a box of gold in your closet. You feel me? Man, we know where we live at. But how do we get those assets? We need to focus on getting those kind of assets so we can do those types of things like trust. But how much money is a trust? We looking at $1 million? $1 million in Bitcoin? $1 million policy? How do we get there? We know it's there. But how do I get there working my 9 to 5?
Would you asking me? I wasn't sure if you was
No, I'm
good or
just,
not.
we talking to the general public. We putting out conversation. We just dropping thoughts and gems and what comes to you. Cause something might hit that resonate with somebody else that'll spark a whole different conversation. So it's just conversation. It's not particular.
See, what it is in other words, since you asking how to get there, I guess you just gonna have to have some type of faith. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't start it or try it. So it's basically getting started. And once you get it started, you know what I'm saying? You have the faith in it, and once you have the faith in it, you can enjoy the outcome from it. You know what I'm saying? You got to plant your mind to think this type of way. You can't think no other type of way. And dealing with the coins, walk around with my money on my phone electronically. You know what I'm saying? It's ways that, you know what I'm saying, you can have that asset in this electronic, and you put it in an electronic, what they call wallet. And once you have that wallet, you know what I'm saying, your money is stored whenever you're ready to use it. You can go around and use your phone, you know what I'm saying? All you just have to get is the barcode and swipe it and pay for whatever you got. People in China doing this already right now as we speak. I seen a lot of, videos about it, how they was working, and they never carried around no type of cash or card. Electronic, walk with the phone and swipe and keep it moving.
Yeah, that's a good point. And yeah, that's pretty much what I was gonna say is, just start. You got to get started. There's no amount is too small as far as establishing trust with our assets. So like let's just say you had an asset. You can come up with any asset because some assets are $500, you know what I mean, up to $1 million as you spoke about. But so yeah, that's a good point. But I like the brother was stating, we definitely want to get started, and that's pretty much um the key to getting there is starting off in any way that you can, establishing businesses, trading cryptocurrency, these different forms. But also as we're doing that and as we're establishing assets, we're just saying that we want to be able to protect those assets that we have established. And the best way to do that, like I was stating earlier, you can look this up. Wealthy people understand that these different types of trust, legal trust, they're able to place these assets in, and the IRS and government organizations or any third party can step in and even manipulate those assets at all, because it's only between the two parties. So these things we can just start to establish on the smallest, rudimentary level with I won't say anything that we have, but assets specifically.
Yeah, y'all hitting the nail on the coffin, man. Because we haven't been playing the LLC game or the trust game. Brother Polite, if anybody know him, he good with the with them words, trust and relationship, and how these words have dual meanings, and how some of the same things dealing with relationships and marriages goes hand in hand with economics and trust and stuff. So maybe we can talk about that another day. But the thing about to get in a position to invest in assets is, for one, we have to get ourselves in a position. And 80% of all of us have our taxes filled out incorrectly. So for one, we're giving Uncle Sam too much of our money off gate. And we're not using that money to help us acquire these assets that you're talking about. So one thing that my econ does is it allows you to transfer your funds, or as my econ teaches, is income shift that money. And it allows you to shift money that you usually would be given to the government. You correct your W-4, and now you get an extra $100 to $200 per check. It allows you to shift that money now to either, if you want to invest, you can invest. If you want to pay off bills, you can pay off bills. If you want to use it to buy you something else, use it to buy you something else. But first we have to, if you work, we have to understand money, the tax system, and use it to our advantage. And with that being said, I'm going to share my screen and play a quick video that, gives a brief breakdown of my econ and income shifting. So y'all bear with me. I think she's gonna work out fine. And we're gonna play this thing, and it's ain't no more than 3-4 minutes. It ain't take too long. And you can see how we have a company out here that is teaching us financial literacy, right? And teaching us tools that we can shift our money. So I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna hit play, and y'all let me know if y'all can hear this. Let's see how it go. She buffering. Hello, and thanks for receiving this life-changing information. I am going to share some information about one of the most unique companies in America today. The company is MyEcon, a 15-year-old debt-free, technology-driven company that has empowered associates to generate over $500 million. MyEcon has a powerful business income system and a financial strategy which empowers people to minimize their taxes, eliminate their debt, build great credit, and grow investment income. The strategy is income shifting. You might be thinking, how can income shifting help me attain financial success? Think about what an additional $1,000 or more in monthly cash flow could do for your budget. You could pay off debt quickly, build investments faster, or even y'all, we were going smooth and I don't know what happened. So I'm gonna let it buffer and then I'm gonna try to see if it will finish. So y'all give me a second. We were running smoothly and I don't know what happened. So we'll see right now. Enhance your lifestyle. MyEcon has two powerful methods for people to acquire cash flow. The first method is using strategies in our membership. The membership has 5 cash flow strategies, which enables our associates to shift dollars back into their households. The second is by earning business income, referring the membership to other people. Let's discuss how to increase your cash flow using the membership. The first strategy is correct tax withholding. The IRS says over 100 million employees have too much money withheld from their paycheck for taxes. When too much money is withheld for taxes, employees lose money because they could have used that money for investing, debt elimination, or lifestyle. Every day, we have hundreds of people correct their W-4 and increase their take-home pay. The second strategy is minimize tax. As a MyEcon associate, you are also a business owner. Business owners have access to many more tax deductions than employees. Those deductions can save business owners thousands of dollars. We provide each associate with our Cash Flow Manager app, which tracks income, expenses, receipts, and business models. We also provide training from the IRS website on potential deductions and how to document them. Our third strategy is debt elimination. We provide each associate with debt elimination software, debt elimination training, and extra cash flow to eliminate debt fast. The fourth strategy is build great credit. MyEcon's My Credit system provides each associate educational videos and support tools to build a great credit score. Associates learn how to dispute negative credit history and how to maximize credit utilization, credit mix, credit history, and new credit. Our fifth strategy, investment education, leads to investment income, which provides financial freedom. We provide training on investment terminology and investment strategy. One of our most important strategies is own a piece of America. As consumers, we spend millions of dollars during our lifetime with big American companies. Shifting some of those dollars into buying stock in those companies instead of consumer goods only simply makes sense. Our associates increase their cash flow using the strategies in the membership and earn business income referring the membership to other people. MyEcon has a world-class affiliate compensation system. We make money enrolling new members and asking those members to refer the membership to other people. You earn $25 on personal enrollees, up to $7 on team enrollees, plus up to $8 monthly residual income
on each active membership. Top associates earn thousands of dollars in weekly upfront commissions and monthly residual income. When you sign up, you receive a personalized website, our world-class business system, and our income shifting membership. Because of our special promotion, you can get started for a one-time fee of just $29.95, and then a small monthly fee of just $34.95 beginning 30 days after enrollment. Remember, the fees are tax deductible, and as an actively engaged business owner, you can get thousands of dollars in tax deduction. Get started today and start making and saving money immediately.
See, let me stop screen sharing. You know, the one good thing I like about this is it's the investing aspect. Once you learn to shift your money and take that money, you invest it. So let's say if you decide not to, you don't even have to refer people. You can take this and better your own life without even referring nobody. And that is priceless to fix your credit, to shift income, to invest. And if you have a good program like me and a good mind, all this go hand in hand. I use it all together. My econ, the gold, the silver, the digital currency, all of it goes hand in hand with me because I see the funnel or the tunnel, how all these can work together to benefit our people. So, my econ is just something, it's another tool, just like buying gold is a tool, just like buying silver is a tool, just like correcting your W-4 is a tool, just like getting into crypto is a tool. All these are tools. And if you put all these tools together, you got a plan. Y'all can jump in though.
Yeah, that's a fact. You hit it right on the head. It's basically a point of bringing all of these things together and taking advantage of it. You know, like you said, from the stocks, from the cryptocurrency, correcting your credit, your W-4s, all of these things is things that we could take advantage of right now. That's why I say, we have to address the short term as well as the long term. So it's not to ignore either, and it's to take advantage of it.
I'd like to chime in on that in terms of the right now and what my econ can do for you, because I've been in since 2017. But it's different when you understand that you on the phone right now. If you had a business, you could be writing off that phone. The internet you're on that you pay every month. If you had a business, you can write that off. It don't matter what business you're in. Understand you can deduct the miles you drive if you're conducting business. So what kind of business? You gonna move bricks and only deduct miles when you are moving bricks? Or do you want a business that you can drive to your mama's house in another state and meet with somebody around the corner and deduct all those miles? Because it is possible. We talk about trust for our children. What about the $12,000 you can get a year to hire your children in your business? We'll go past that to go do that other when we're missing money every day. Man, if we got that tax refund of $4,000 for 20 years when you have a kid, 4 times 20, add that up if that was invested in the market and had compounded over that time. But we'll get that money, we'll go buy some rims, we'll go buy a TV, and we may need that. But if you had a business and you go buy that computer, Stewart, you can write that computer off.
Mm-hmm.
That service for that computer. Get in a position where you can write that off. When you do that, you'll be able to get that trust fund. When you get $12,000 hiring your child back into your home per year after 10 years of his life, that $120,000 that you spent anyway, you paid for soccer, you paid for football, you paid for clothes every year, but you didn't write none of it off. And that's what we teach you how to do it legally, morally, and ethically, passing out business cards, going to training, getting your investment skills up, learning how to trade Forex. I got a friend right now, showed him how to write off his training in Forex because he's developing and building his business. That's all I have.
Yeah, that's good though. All this stuff work hand in hand, and that's something that I'm learning about my econ is the benefits of having a home-based business. It's a lot of meals is tax write-off. A lot of things, even your rent can be a tax write-off. Not to mention your car insurance, your car repairs, new tires, getting tune-ups. All this stuff is tax deductible and tax write-off because your vehicle is used as a part of your business. Also, your rent. If you have sitting parties where people come to your house and y'all eat and you let them see the video, invitation parties, that goes towards your rent being a tax write-off because now your house is being used as a business. Go ahead, Richard.
No, I didn't say anything. I'm just listening. You're doing great. That's the truth, though. It's really the truth.
Mm-hmm. So that's
and that'll get us to this other stuff that we want to do. The term life, the whole life. We got to get there. I agree. We got to get there, but we miss so much on the way. Man, I'm 50 years old, man. If I had been doing this when I was in my 20s, some of y'all in y'all 20s, and do this for 10, man, that market ain't going to be damn for the next 10 years. I just don't believe it.
No, I'm with you. I don't believe it's going to collapse that. Well, I mean, it's going to collapse in stages, but, it's a lot with all that. But, you want to take advantage of every opportunity that we have in front of us, because for too long, we have been left on the side and not been in the game. Now we have the opportunity to get in the game, and we better get in and play. And we also need to start supporting one another. This is something I was speaking with True Born about earlier today. That we have to really start supporting one another with our different adventures or different things that we are able to support. So long as it ain't putting you and your family on the strain. You don't want anybody to feel like they obligated to. But I said it's something I think that we should start, get in the habit of. The proof is in the pudding. We can talk stuff all day. The showing and proving is where it's at. The show and prove, sometimes, that's just part of the game. We got to show and prove, work together, and show that we can build together, and also let people see our success. And then you never know. I told Richard, I got plans for us. Y'all just don't know. I got plans for all of us. And it's just a matter of us getting to that point where we ready to sell what we have to sell.
And I want to add on that we have I did share this broadcast to the group, my group, and I have a brother in the group, man, and this is what I'm talking about. I've been at it so long. I got a pretty big team actually, but one of the latest successes on my team, I had a brother who he improved his credit score, and he bought his wife a house. I mean, he's not sitting around thinking it's going to all fall apart. And if he sat around and thought that, he wouldn't have got his wife that house. I want y'all to have a house. I want you to be able to raise your sons and send them to the camps. And, they need this financial literacy knowledge, and they can't get it if you don't have it to give it to them. And it's little things, just thinking about where you spending your money. You going to the store every day. See, I live in a country town. I don't just blow money every day. I'm very frugal. I save everywhere I go, but it's because my income make me look at stuff different. I've been at it so long, in it so deep. Man, you just see the deception when it comes to the money. And I don't care what kind of money.
Hey, did anybody else want to add on?
Yeah. I could just say only what, I'm saying, I'm dealing with. I got gold, I got silver, and I got this KBC coin. And
Is that carrot bars?
yes, this carrot bars.
Okay, I'm familiar with carrot bars.
And I make money with carrot bars, and it's not like if they don't pay you, they do pay you. You know what I'm saying? But you just have to have a team of people that's going to be on like a one accord mind. And that mindset is building wealth for themselves and not worry about who's on top of them or who's below them, whatever. They're worried about building for themselves, because that's what it's actually doing. And you get a hold of some asset that's going to preserve your money, what y'all call money, these dollar bills and stuff. Like I said, they debt notes. You putting yourself into deeper debt by holding on to one of them debt notes. And with gold and silver, you just increasing your wealth. You're increasing the money.
And just like I tried to tell my friend with the carrot bar business, I have a real good friend. But once again, when you partner that with my econ, see, once you deduct your miles driving, going to your meetings about carrot bars, see, you can use that money to buy more carrot bars.
Exactly.
You have it's putting pieces together. I didn't say that was a bad piece. Okay, for a young person who can understand how to open these different accounts and all of this, if that's how you want to make money, if you want to trade, be a day trader and focus every day, I got to get 5 trades in. Is that how you want to make money? Do you want to make money in the bed that's in some kind of account that's just making money where you don't have to do any of that? See, it's all kinds of ways to make money, and not one of them is bad. But we have a vehicle available to us because, see, the internet don't discriminate. Fidelity don't discriminate because I'm applying online. It may be a question that'll trip me up. And if you had a community that'll point you to the question that's going to trip you up, that's going to keep your account with some things enabled or disabled, see, there's more to it. It's a way for them to keep us out. But still, this internet has leveled the playing field, just like we're trying to make this video tonight. If we keep going, we'll become experts at it. We'll be able to tell somebody how to do it so they can grow their influence on their timeline instead of just showing foolishness on their timeline. But it comes back to you as an individual. What do you want to do? What do you value? See, me, I value family. I find my wealth in my family more than my health. But I understand if I'm not here, if I don't go to the doctor, if I don't trust some doctor, develop a relationship with some doctor, and just decide not to go, I've done a disservice to my family. saving the money, not writing off the taxes, blowing the money, kicking it all night. I've done all of it. But recently here since 2017, I found something that will change people's lives, and I see it every day. And I just have to encourage a person to get started and to keep going, because it ain't going to change. It's just going to be different. Look at today. It's different. That's all I got. Are we out?
Yeah, bro. I mean, the business, as long as you work the business and have the people on that one chord, everybody could profit off it. You know, this thing been shown improved many a time. The only time that you can be a witness to it is when you actually see it. You know what I mean? So I'm not here to make you do anything you don't want to do, but I'm definitely telling you, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing it. And it's paying off real good for me because I ain't never saved this much money, you know what I'm saying, in my entire life.
Oh yeah, man, that gold is good, man. It's always good, especially when you save it and it's generating wealth, you know, and it's sitting back accumulating, you know. But at the end of the day, all these things we're gonna put it all together, family, and we're gonna put it all together to the point where we're gonna push financial literacy. I'm gonna give y'all a quick example. Y'all know I post videos on Facebook all the time. Well, my last couple of videos have been strictly dealing with financial literacy. Do you know that they're not getting that many views? People ain't looking at it because when it comes to finances, for some odd reason, we think we as African Americans, we say we love money, but in all actuality, we are afraid of money and we have something with us that's against money because we run away from things pertaining to money. And with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna give y'all the opportunity to close out. You know, give the family y'all last parts and um you know say what you want to say, and then we're gonna close out the show for the day.
Well,
Well, hey,
go ahead, Elder. You want to speak?
thank you very much. I just want to thank Stuart again from the bottom of my heart. I'm very humbled to be a part of this movement. And to the young brother I've been talking to all night, man, I love your energy. Keep that energy. Keep going. Whatever you do, both of you young men, man, keep that energy. Keep going. Don't let the negative world separate you from our real work we have to do, which is, again, like I said, I am the financial advocate. You have to take care of your seed. That's your job. We as men take care of our seeds as best as we are able by any means necessary. All right, brothers, I love you guys. Hey, see you the next time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I appreciate your words, much so. So, we definitely had a good discussion tonight, and I look forward to the next one.
Yeah, peace. This is True Born. You know, try to educate people on wealth, you know, and never push anybody to do anything they don't want to. It just takes upon them themselves to, you know what I'm saying, start and make things happen for themselves.
That's right.
So, you know, if you're interested, you know, I'm on Facebook and go by Reigns Eric. And anytime you're ready to talk about building wealth, you contact me and I can get you started anytime you're ready.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I thank y'all brothers for coming on the show, dropping these jewels. I thank you, Trueborn, for coming up here. As y'all know, I signed under Trueborn as far as the carrot bar. I signed up under him, and as well as the silver, I signed up under the brother. So I thank you, Trueborn. Like y'all know, Mr. Richard, I signed up under him, under my econ also, because I see the bigger picture and I see how I can implement all these programs and to better my life and do it so it's not financially a strain on me because I'm able to shift. See, the money that I'm getting from income shifting allowed me to now be able to invest in carrot bars and silver because that money I shifted. So now I have the extra money that I didn't have at first. So instead of putting it somewhere else, I'm putting it somewhere else. And I'm investing it in myself because in all actuality, that's what we're doing. So with that being said, I thank everybody for watching. I thank y'all for taking the time out on y'all busy night. To my brothers and sisters on the continent, we love y'all. We'll be over there. We're going to, if y'all ain't got carrot bars, y'all can sign up. I'll put the link in the description. We can get you some silver and we can get you some econ over there too, help you fix what you need to fix. But at the end of the day, everything that we are using is for our liberation. Because as Africans and African Americans, everything that we use or get, if it's not to help us in our fight and our liberation to get us back to where we came from, our righteous place, then we need to get rid of it. And with that, I'm going to say peace and Black power.
Signed off.
Hold on.